Well, look, you've also written an article in the Spectator about Labor's misinformation bill. The thing that puzzles me about it is that it's almost identical to a bill that was tabled by Liberal Communications Minister at the time, Paul Fletcher. Now, why do you think the Liberal Party walked away from what are foundational values such as freedom of speech during the pandemic and put forward a bill like that? I don't understand. Perhaps you can explain.
I know exactly why. I can absolutely explain why. Now, this is obviously my opinion, and my opinion is based on what I've seen around the halls of power, around Parliament. The people that are in charge of the Liberal Party are the very same people that are in charge of the Labor Party. These two establishment parties are controlled by one and the same special interests. And you don't have, this is not a conspiracy. It's very easy to see. You've got the WHO pulling strings, you've got the UN pulling strings, you've got the World Economic Forum pulling strings, and most importantly, you have what Trump described as the deep state pulling strings as well. On top of that, you add another layer, you've got the bureaucracy behind the two major parties, the bureaucrats, the faceless bureaucrats that sit in the background. Now, these faceless bureaucrats that are in charge of departments and things like this throughout Canberra and, your state parliament, your federal parliament, doesn't matter. These people are not accountable because these people are never voted in and they never voted out. It doesn't matter if Prime Minister Albanese is in power now, or if next election Mr. Peter Dutton becomes a new Prime Minister, those people stay exactly where they are. And they have such a massive amount of control over the policies that the party that is in government at that time will implement. So if you want to change your country, if you want to do better, you have to target the bureaucrats and make sure that the bureaucrats are accountable. Your elected representatives, be they senators or your local member in your area, has to have the kahunas, has to have the gumption to say, hey, you know what? You unelected, faceless bureaucrats in the background, screw you. I'm not going to put this globalist agenda, this globalist plan in place. I'm going to do what's best for my country. Now, the Liberal Party, they've lost their way. We all know they've lost their way. They've just become Labor light. I'll give you some examples. Labor wants to constitutionally enshrine the voice. The Liberal Party comes along and says, no, it's okay. We'll just legislate it instead. Labor wants to hit net zero by X day in X way. The Liberal Party goes, we'll hit net zero as well, but we'll do it by Y date and by Y way. Right? Pretty similar so far. The Liberal Party comes up with the idea for the disinformation bill. Right? They don't get it up for whatever reason. The Labor Party grabs a baton and then they say, don't worry, we'll put it in instead, and we'll probably make it a little bit worse, because that's usually what the Labor Party does. So these two parties, it's so very clear. You just have to look at it for more than 2 seconds and you can see that they're controlled by the same special interests. Stop voting for the Labor Party and the Liberal Party. They're cooked, they're done. There is no hope there anymore. There is no hope. Look for conservative minor parties instead. Doesn't have to be the UAP, can be something else, you choose.